Have you ever wondered why David, despite his numerous flaws and failures, was called a man after God's own heart? The answer lies in his unwavering faith. This faith is most vividly displayed in the book of 1 Samuel, where a young shepherd boy named David fearlessly slays the mighty Philistine warrior, Goliath. His faith is evident in his bold declaration, "The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine." There was no doubt in David's mind that God was in control and would deliver him from danger. David's journey of faith begins in the books of 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel. These books, originally one, were divided by the Greek translators of the Old Testament, named after Samuel, who presided over Israel's transition from a tribal league ruled by judges to a monarchy ruled by a king. They tell the story of the beginning of Israel's monarchy, from the miraculous birth of Samuel to near the end of David's reign. Samuel, part prophet, priest, and judge, was used by God to choose the kings of Israel. His birth was miraculous, much like that of Isaac to Abraham and Sarah. In the New Testament, the author of the Gospel of Luke incorporates parts of Hannah's prayer in 1 Samuel 2 into both the songs of Mary and Zechariah, who also rejoiced over the miraculous birth of their sons. In 1 Samuel, we see Samuel growing old and appointing his sons as judges. The people, however, demand a king. Despite Samuel's warnings about the drawbacks of having a king, the people insist. God reveals to Samuel that Saul, from the tribe of Benjamin, is his choice. However, Saul's reign is marred by disobedience and failure. Subsequently, Samuel anoints David as king. Despite being from a humble farmer lineage and the youngest of his brothers, David is God's choice. As stated in 1 Samuel 16:7, "The Lord does not look at the things man looks at. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." In summary, the books of 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel offer a rich narrative of Israel's transition to monarchy, the flawed kingship of Saul, and the faith-filled journey of David. David's faith in God, displayed in his fearless combat with Goliath, his trust in God's sovereignty, and his heart for obedience, sets him apart as a man after God's own heart. Despite his human failings, David's story is a testament to the fact that faith and obedience are what truly matter to God. David's legacy is not just about his kingship, but his heart for God. His reign as king was marked by many victories and challenges, but what truly shone through was his unwavering love and devotion to God. This is most evident in the Psalms, where David poured out his heart to God, expressing his deepest fears, his greatest joys, and his steadfast faith. Furthermore, David's legacy is also marked by his repentance. Despite his sins involving Bathsheba and Uriah, David demonstrated genuine remorse and sought God's forgiveness, showing us that it's never too late to return to God's grace. Beyond his personal character, David's legacy extends to the promise of an eternal kingdom through his lineage. This promise was fulfilled in the birth of Jesus Christ, who is often referred to as the Son of David. In conclusion, David's legacy is a powerful reminder that God values our heart more than our accomplishments. It's not about being perfect, but about having a heart that seeks God, acknowledges its mistakes, and strives to follow his ways. As we reflect on David's life and legacy, may we too strive to be men and women after God's own heart. David's life is a testament to the power of faith, obedience, and unwavering devotion to God. From the humble beginnings as a shepherd boy to the throne of Israel, his journey was marked by triumphs, trials, and tribulations. Yet, through it all, David remained steadfast in his faith and his heart's pursuit of God. His story, filled with human frailties and divine intervention, serves as a timeless reminder of God's providence and grace. It teaches us that even in the face of adversity, we can find strength and refuge in God. In today's world, where we often find ourselves in the midst of chaos and uncertainty, David's life encourages us to seek solace and guidance in our faith. His unwavering devotion to God, his repentance despite his failures, and his heart that constantly sought God's presence are qualities we can strive to emulate in our own lives. As we close this chapter on David's life and legacy, let us take a moment to reflect on our own journey. Are we seeking success and validation from the world, or are we, like David, pursuing a heart after God's own heart? In the end, it is not our successes or failures that define us, but our heart's alignment with God's will. May we, like David, seek to have a heart after God's own heart, living a life of faith, obedience, and unwavering devotion to God.